there, my name is Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I've been watching The Mandalorian. I enjoy watching The Mandalorian. I enjoy watching a lot. I actually watch The Mandalorian within normally the same 24-hour period that I watch Discovery, Star Trek Discovery, and oh boy, are they mirror images of each other. So this is the episode we've all been kind of waiting for, the Jedi, the one with Ahsoka Tano, played by, Rosario Dawson, whatever, you know who it is, I know it is, I'll look her up later, played by, so we've all been really excited about that, and there's more stuff thrown in there as well. Weirdly, I found this episode just leave me really, really cold. You know, it didn't work for me at all, which breaks my heart because I freaking love The Mandalorian. But yeah, this episode just really didn't work for me at all. I'm going to talk about why. I have no idea what the prevailing opinion is in fandom, in the fandom menace is. I've been offline for 25 hours. For me, it's Saturday night. Well, maybe for you too. It's Saturday night. And so yeah, I'm Jewish, I'm a rabbi, and so I'm offline on from Fridays when the sun goes down, which right now is early, like 4 o'clock, for 25 hours. So like I just saw the episode, and now I've had a day to think about it. Now I'm doing my review. I have no idea what everybody else thinks. Maybe everybody else loves it. I guess I'll find out after I finish recording this. Before we get into the review though, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Can you hit that share button? Can you hit the subscribe button? And if you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. I actually had I think a reasonably long-term subscriber said, oh, I was unsubscribed. Yeah, YouTube is on an unsubscribing frenzy. Let's get rid of these weirdos from the Rabbi. For some reason, I don't know why. But that's where they're at. Also, can I ask you guys, can you hit the link in the video? It's right below, and join the mailing list for my upcoming graphic novel Indiegogo, 2 graphic novel Indiegogos. You get fantastic reward for doing this. I mean, other than, you know, I have no doubt the good Lord, whether you believe, whatever your vision or theology is, whatever you believe, it's going to work out great for you. The good Lord, if you believe in the good Lord, will smile down upon you and rain blessing upon your head. I just believe that's the most likely thing to happen. That's just me for you. And, you know, people have said, look, Svi, I've signed your mailing list. I joined your mailing list. And you know what happened? What? I won the lottery. Really? Svi, I joined your mailing list. You know what happened? I met my soulmate and I got married. Hey, whatever you want can be made yours, can be made flesh, can be made real by joining my mailing list. Just click the links. Now, let's say you do join my mailing list, and wonderful things don't happen to you. Don't worry, because I got your back, baby. Because with any purchase, you get one of these cards over here for the male gaze. And there is a package where you get both graphic novels and you get all cards anyway. If that's the case, if that's the one you end up purchasing, you end up making, you're gonna get a fifth, a secret, a chaser card that only you can get by I think that's where it's gonna be. Only you can get by joining the mailing. So thank you very much. Oh, also, it's worth mentioning I have weekly competitions. Oh, God, so much stuff I gotta tell you guys about. Prize this week: Judge Dredd, the Complete Case Files, Volume 17. Fantastic volume. It's got Garth Ennis's Judgment Day storyline with Johnny Alpha, Strong Jet Dog, and all the judges getting together to fight zombies. How bad can that be? How bad that be? So, why didn't I love this Star Wars? Why didn't I love this episode of The Mandalorian? Firstly, it was a little bit slight. It felt like I was watching. This one felt most like I was watching a fan film. Now, this is the one that was written and directed by Dave Filoni. I think the rest have been written by Favreau. Not that he's like so great. Look, Favreau sometimes has real good hits and sometimes some misses as well. But yeah, I like Favreau. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's in the right ballpark. And you know, listen. The Mandalorian is just made right. It's made for Star Wars fans. It's made, honestly, I strongly believe that all these franchises that we love, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, are all best when they're made for little boys. When they're made for little boys, that's when you get the best, and that's really what The Mandalorian is. So this one would bring, Ahsoka Tano. Now, I haven't seen Rebels. I've only ever seen Clone Wars. I quite like Clone Wars. I like the character of Ahsoka Tano. I understand she appeared in Rebels as some kind of spy or something. I really don't know. I really don't know what's up with her. But this is the first time we saw her, in live action. And for me, it just really didn't work. Katie Sackhoff playing the Mandalorian woman with the listen. Maybe I was distracted by the booby armor, and let's be clear, I was distracted by the booby armor, but I found that was like a really a fantastic live action realization of a cartoon. It really worked. The way she moved, the way they all moved, it just felt like a real version of that cartoon. This didn't, right? The way Ahsoka Tano moved wasn't like in the cartoon. In the cartoon, she was like, had this I know she was much younger, in Clone Wars, but she had this like very lightning fast, like movement, and it just didn't work out. I don't know why she's got white lightsabers, how she survived. I mean, I saw how she survived Order 66 in the last Clone Wars story, which I freaking love that. By the way, at the end where Darth Vader sees her like her old lightsabers in the snow or whatever, freaking love that. I absolutely adored that. But again, it didn't really. She didn't strike me as that character, right? She didn't strike. I mean, it didn't strike me as a character. I like that they look, the realization of her, freaking perfect. I mean, she looked like Ahsoka Tano, right? They got that skin tone entirely right, which weirdly enough, wasn't the somebody has exactly the same like orange skin tone in that Titans TV show. No, they can't do it. They did it here. I was like, okay, excellent. So the story is this. So the Mandalorian's been looking for a Jedi. Katie Sackhoff says, go check the forest planet over here, because then you'll find Ahsoka Tano. So this kind of felt like one of those weird Japanese samurai movies that you saw in sort of BBC Two, or if you lived in London, the Everyman Cinema with subtitles. It's like very quiet, very not emotionally engaging, but much like Japanese art, which is like very two-dimensional, in construct. So it really did feel like that. So it starts off, Ahsoka Tano is hunting down these guards with these funky masks on, with like tubes coming out of them, whatever, and chopping them up, basically, taking them out pretty darn quickly. And we have the guy in charge, the big on top of the this big wall. I'm thinking, she could just jump up there and hack everybody's heads off, which she does pretty much in the later episode. Later in the episode. So she does that, and she said, "I'm going to come back tomorrow for the information." And as soon as she said "for the information," I'm like, "Oh, well, that's going to be something interesting. I bet we're building up something cool there." So the next day, Mando arrives with Baby Yoda. And that Baby Yoda puppet is just that. And this is something I really want to praise, because it's getting so freaking good, right? That Baby Yoda puppet, they have making it do so many more things than it did before, climbing up the chair and all that. And I honestly love the emotion, how they showed the Baby Yoda has really bonded with Mando and loves Mando, right? So I like the way they're representing that, and this again. Going back to like Japanese culture, or Chinese culture, Oriental culture, so now it feels like a sort of Western version of Lone Wolf and Cub. You got the gunslinger and the baby together, and the kid together, traipsing across the universe. Yeah, okay, I'm up for that. I'm totally up for that. That's good. I can live with it. So anyway, Mando arrives, and he works out somehow to go to the same town on that planet. They explain it. I wasn't really like, it's not, that stuff's not really that important to me. But they explain. He walks in, and it's a guy without a name walking down the street. Everybody's terrified. He's trying to find some information, and nobody talks to him. So apparently they're under the control of this terrible person, post Empire. And then so the guards come and take him and bring him to the magistrate. This woman who runs this place with an iron fist, I would say. I did like the punishment thing of having the villagers like standing up in these kind of quasi crucifixion things, being zapped by rays every now and again for whatever their insolence is. I thought that was kind of cool. I sort of thing I could kind of imagine having. But I just feel that kind of governance, with such repression is ultimately always going to fail, especially right now when we're seeing like regimes topple everywhere across the Star Wars universe. Empire's basically, over. So she brings Mando in. She lives in the nice part of town, and she offers to pay him a Beskar steel spear to kill Ahsoka Tano. Okay, they're pretty interesting. Okay, fine. But so that works out well for Mando. So he goes and finds. He says, "Well, where is she?" Because that's who he's looking for. He goes and find her. And there, yeah, that initial scene where Ahsoka Tano and Mando face off against each other. Good. Excellent. I really, really like that bit of Mandalorian v Jedi action. You can yet see how the Mandalorians didn't go down so easily with the Jedi. They were actually a match for them. You can see Beskar still somehow blocks lightsabers. Yeah, very, very cool. Like it a lot. I just want to know why she has white lightsabers. Like, what's this? Did they explain that in Rebels? I got to look it up after this, I guess. So, it's probably one of the things that isn't explained, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, maybe it is, because she got rid of her lightsabers at the end of Clone Wars. So they probably had them in Rebels. I don't. You watching probably know. So anyway, so they say we're going to team up and take out this town, take out the bad people. And she says, I can't do it on the own. So, well, now we've got a Jedi and a Mandalorian working together. Very cool. Very, very cool. Love it. It just seems to me there's not enough there. We get plenty of information, plenty of real important plot points there. Baby Yoda is called Grogu. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? It's called Grogu. And Baby Yoda's 50 years old, but has been hidden to survive. Doesn't use the Force. Look, how has a Baby Yoda survived at all? I mean, he's a basic Baby Yoda, which is why we like freaking Baby Yoda, because he does go, he's cute, right? But how he survived, I don't know. So, but he somehow survived. And he's retreated from the Force to survive. Okay, I understand. But all this seems a bit too adult for this thing that's a baby. Maybe he's not really a baby. Again, there's a lot more to be answered there. So they go on this attack on the town. And it's just for me, it's very by number. As a fan film, I will be going, this is freaking awesome and I love it. But there was no real tension there. I mean, I just knew Mando and Ahsoka Tano was going to win the day. So Mando has a showdown with the gunslinger that she's hired, the ex-military, and with no surprise whatsoever, he wins. And then Ahsoka Tano faces up against this woman who's in charge of town, and with no surprise whatsoever, she wins, right? She wins. But then they drop the best bit of not the episode, the series, where she says, "Where's Grandmaster Thrawn?" Right, Grand Admiral Thrawn. So, does this officially separate it from the sequel trilogy? I think it does, doesn't it? The Thrawn is the EU. So again, for that, I can forgive pretty much everything. I got to be honest with you, right? Because I freaking love this show. I love this show. And I love it because it's not woke. Because everything is painfully woke. But you can't let that go be the only thing that makes you go, well, that works for me. You can't get something a pass for that all the time. And I just found this episode, the realization of Ahsoka Tano, just didn't do it for me at all. I'm afraid her movements were just all wrong. Whereas we came off 2 weeks ago, Katie Sackhoff and whoever the WWE and the other guy, their movements, their body language as Mandalorians was exactly like from the Clone Wars. Just exactly, wonderfully recreated, and it felt real. This... it didn't feel real. It didn't feel like her movements with the lightsabers were real. It didn't feel like her attack was real. Whereas, again, with Mando and the other Mandalorians, it did. So it's a bit of a shame. But anyway, so was it Grand Admiral Thrawn? I haven't read Heir to the Empire. I got a rough idea. But he was in, was he in Rebels as well? I really don't know. I'm not that up on Rebels. So, there you go. But, listen, it's not an episode to go, I'm not going to watch it. Is it the worst episode of the season? I don't know. I mean, that second episode... It was the second episode on the ice planet with the spider thingies. I think that was better than this. Yeah, for me, this is the worst episode of the season. So you see, look, I mean, there's already not even much to talk about. We're 15 minutes in. I'm done. Not much else to talk about. So as we have some time, let me remind you. Sign up list. Join the freaking email list. What's your problem? Join the email list. Let me know what you think. I'm really intrigued to know what the rest of the fans thought about about this episode. Because again, it delivered like on paper everything we've always all wanted, right? And in reality, for me, it kind of fell. Bit flat on his face. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week. So there we go. Mandalorian season 2, episode 5, which makes it chapter 13, 14. The Jedi. I do hope we see her again with was it Bo-Katan later? Was that her name? Katie Sackhoff. I do hope we see her again. I feel a bit let down by it. My name is Sheila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.